Welcome back to Chat Lab. I'm Evan.
And I'm Ethan. This is the podcast where thoughts are tested.
We are back, finally.
Woo!
We have no topic for this week. Same thing. We're just going to have a chat because
We're
obviously
back in business, baby.
we've been gone for, 2 weeks, I think?
2 weeks. 2 weeks we've been gone.
So, a lot of stuff has happened. There's no real reason to get back straight into
Well,
a
let's not
topic.
say a lot. Like, we had pretty regular lives for 2 weeks.
Well, yeah, but, it's the Christmas 2 weeks and the New Year's and stuff. So, there's been enough to where diving straight back into a topic would be a bit hectic.
Yeah,
It's
so
a
might as well
bit
catch
sudden.
up with y'all. See what we've been doing for the past 2 weeks.
Yeah. My
So
watch
what
face
have you been doing
changed.
for the past 2 weeks?
I have been enjoying it.
Yeah, same. I've really mellowed out. So I remember I spoke, I think, at the podcast that I got a part-time job in Dunn's. That ended on the 24th of December because it was a temporary job. And since then, since Christmas, I have been relaxing. And it's been really good for my soul.
Yeah.
It just feels really good.
Yeah, I've been a hermit pretty much. I mean, there's a reason to be a hermit as well at this time because, everything's still kind of locked down, so to speak. So there's like nothing really any way I could do. So did I say that right? I don't know.
Yeah.
So there's nothing I can do. So what's the point in, trying? So I've just been a hermit, playing games, watching stuff, talking to you. it's nothing really exciting.
Yeah, so tying into what Evan was saying, Lockdown 3 has hit Ireland because we're now gaining, I think, 6 times the cases that we were getting at what we called peak back in April. This is now peak.
It's
the
Christmas.
apex of
That's
COVID
why.
cases.
It is. It's been Christmas because everyone's moving.
It's been 2 weeks since Christmas, literally. In 2 days, it will be 2 weeks since Christmas.
Yeah, so all the cases are skyrocketing because everybody went together for Christmas.
Yeah.
And some people aren't safe about it.
Absolutely.
Some people want to have parties where all their cousins come, and it's like it depends.
Yeah,
on
and
the
especially
person.
if you're one of those families that has a million cousins, higher the chance.
Yeah, and then they meet up with other people, whether it be just in public and they're strangers, or it's another friend or another family member, and then that goes on to another person and another person, and yeah,
It's a whole thing.
Yeah. So we're back in lockdown. Nothing's gonna change.
Yeah.
But hopefully this vaccine helps.
Yeah, actually, that's good news. We're getting a rollout of a vaccine. It's now been approved in Ireland, and I think rollout started this week. Something like that.
For the elderly, I think.
Yeah, we're gonna get it slowly.
I think we're not getting it till like February or like
That's still pretty good. I'm quite happy with
March,
that.
I think.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Yeah, but if you're not gonna take it, then yeah.
Let's not even go down that road.
Yeah.
If you're not gonna take it, you don't deserve my time of day.
Yeah. If you don't want the world to go back to normal, is really the
Don't deserve my time of day.
Okay. So over Christmas we did a lot of things. Well, when I say a lot, I mean a lot that you can do during a pandemic. So we did a lot of things personally rather than partying.
So let's talk about one of the big things that you received on Christmas morning.
On Christmas morning, I received a VR headset, my first one. Although I did have it back in November. I bought it on the 16th, I think. It came on like the 19th.
You got to make yourself wait for it,
And I had to hand it over and wait a whole month. It was the worst ever. I got it in the end, but it was the worst wait ever, man. Well, it was bad for the first couple of weeks, and then the whole college, chaos took over, and I kind of forgot about it. So.
And then college died down, and you were like, "Ee."
Yeah, I was like, let's go. One more sleep, and I get the.
One more sleeps. How many more sleeps?
One more sleeps.
Yeah.
So it was really good. And it is good. I got the Quest 2, so it's standalone. and PC VR. No base stations required. It has its flaws, like because it's it's not as expensive as like an Index, which is like $1,000. So obviously there's some things that it could do better, but like those are way outweighed by the fact that it can be standalone, and it's much better than the previous Quest, and just a million things that would like be like, okay, yeah. Also, it doesn't help that like I don't have a good like setup right now for like the cable. Although I did buy pulleys, so that would be good. I'll be able to plop them on the ceiling and then actually do something with the cable, rather than just because what I do is I extend my mic stand, and I just rest the cable. I rest the cable on it, and like give myself a bit of leeway. So if I want to bend down or pick something up or whatever, or turn, it won't like pull out or anything. It won't, or like get pulled on.
Yeah,
that's what I have right now. But I got pulleys, so they'll be going above me then, and I'll be fine. Space is a little bit of an issue for me, but thankfully it's standalone. So if I do
kind of take it where you want, really.
Yeah, if I do want to go out to like the sitting room where I have more space, I can do that. So yeah. It's actually really good though. It's very useful playing games like Beat Saber when it's standalone. Because
I'd say no wires really good for you.
And then you don't really have to worry about space because you don't move that much and you don't turn at all.
Right.
So, there's no like worry about it then. So yeah, Beat Saber's a very good one for the standalone because there's no cable and there's no moving really like of your feet, so you don't have to like worry too much. I love Beat Saber. There's a game called Stride, which is basically Mirror's Edge parkour. I'm just gonna run through a couple of games. Mirror's Edge parkour. Mirror's Edge VR. There you go. Very tiring. Like I came off that game, sweating, like literally, like more than I would Beat Saber. Like Beat Saber
must be a weird sensation to play a game and get a workout in.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't feel like a workout because you're playing.
Yeah.
You're like, you're entertained. You're not just running. You're actually entertained by something. And then you take it off. You're like, geez, I was tired. I was sweating. So I play Beat Saber. Yeah, you're sweating and stuff because you're moving quite a lot. And you're always up and down with your arms and left and right. And you have to duck and dodge. And, that's its own thing. But then with this game, you move with the stick. But then to run, you have to move your arms as if you were running, and then to jump you can press a button, but to get height on your jump you have to swing your arms up really quickly.
Right.
So you're constantly like going run, jump, and then you can do like a double jump thing where you jump and then you land on something and jump straight away. So
that's cool.
You're doing like you're swinging your arms up and then quickly trying to get them down and back up to do that double jump, and it's just so crazy. And then you can do wall running too, and then you have to worry about shooting enemies, and it's just like it's a complete like sweat fest.
Yeah, I can say I was definitely really excited.
My face was wet. Like it was crazy. Yeah. So that game was amazing.
I was definitely really excited to try out your VR headset, but of course, lockdown.
Yeah, so lockdown again. So
that's a bit unfortunate. I'm gonna have to postpone until we were vaccinated and that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot you can do with it. Really, it's pretty good. I tried watching a movie in like an actual theater. Pretty good. But it's
could you watch it lying down?
Yeah.
And was it good?
I didn't watch it lying down. But
I
will say that it's a bit of a gimmick.
Oh.
Especially because my monitors, like I did it in my chair. My monitor's right in front of me. And I bought virtual desktop just to see if I would actually like use it or if it's like just going to be a gimmick. So I downloaded it, or I bought it, downloaded it. And I watched, what was it? The Avengers, right? and I was watching it for I don't know, like 20, 40 minutes. No, maybe about 40 minutes, maybe even a bit more. And it just seems weird to watch something like watch a movie with something strapped to your face, because it's like, what's the point? You know, you're trying to look through these lenses to watch this movie on a big screen. It's like, it was actually cool watching it on a big screen. I won't lie, it did feel like a cinema.
Right.
But
Okay.
at the same time, it was like, it's right in front of me. Why am I doing it with the headset on? I think it could be a bit cooler because, like, if you're doing it in bed, just lying down watching it, because
That's what I would have imagined myself doing.
yeah, because I got in big screen, which is like the Oculus version of virtual desktop, but you can also like buy movies and go to live events with other people watching it, and like.
Oh, so you can't turn on Netflix on it or something?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, all right. Okay.
You can do remote desktop, similar to virtual desktop, so you could watch Netflix on it if you did that way.
Okay. Yeah.
And you can still invite people to your room then and watch from your desktop. You can do loads of things in it. You can actually like go to like rooms that are like presentation rooms, like office rooms, and like present like an idea. If that's what you want to do, in case, might be a bit easier to do that way.
Interesting.
But I went in with the idea of going, okay, I'm gonna see if I can watch YouTube. So I went in and tried to watch YouTube, couldn't find it anywhere, so I was like, okay, whatever. And then I went into a lobby, and it's just like, it's basically like a cinema lobby, like when I say lobby, I mean like a real life lobby, like a hotel lobby type thing, but for a cinema.
Okay.
So it was like that. It's basically because there's doors where you can walk up to them and like buy a ticket to the movie.
Oh, cool. Right. And you'd
yeah.
actually be able to purchase the movie and go in and watch it.
Yeah, I mean, there's timers
cool.
on them to say when they're on, but you can just hop in then, or you can buy it and then wait. But
you actually have to wait for it to go on as well.
Well, yeah, because there's it. Well, for me, they're all like a bit late because I think they're done in like American time. But I just saw these three guys sitting at a table, and I went over, and they were just having a chat. They had no idea who they were, but I sat there for an hour and a half, like an hour and a half, just chatting to them, just chilling in my bed, having a chat. And I will say, watching it, having the headset on in bed, having a chat, or like doing whatever, if you're watching a movie, I think would be better than sitting down, because it's, you can relax a bit
more relaxed. Yeah.
And it's not as much of like this thing is on my head, I can feel it constantly.
Yeah.
So I would recommend that if you're going to watch a movie with the VR headset, you should do it in bed. But yeah, I mean, it's cool enough. It's not really necessary, although it is nice being able to like chat with people. It's kind of like a more relaxed VR chat, because there's not like 20 million people in a tiny cabin. It's like a couple of people over here at this seat, couple of people over here at this seat.
Yeah, that's really cool. Can actually have a conversation.
Yeah, like I expected to go in, try to watch YouTube or Netflix, and then go, cool, that worked, and then put it away. But I ended up just chatting for ages. So yeah, I refunded virtual desktop because I was like, well, I have to plug in my headset.
And then you said remote desktop can work or something?
Yeah, so with big screen's free. And there's a remote desktop option. You can either go movies, like TV channels, or remote desktop. But my PC was off, so I didn't try it. I was like,
oh, okay, right.
I was like, I wanted a standalone experience watching YouTube. So yeah, but
yeah, maybe tonight or something.
Cool.
Just try remote desktop and see if you can watch some YouTube from there.
Yeah,
like lying down, like.
Yeah. I tried YouTube. I mean, you can go. There's YouTube VR as well. I don't know why I didn't try that, but there is. There's YouTube.
Yeah,
VR,
maybe.
But it's not like a cinema or anything. It's just a screen.
Might feel like a big screen though, no?
Yeah, it's a big screen, but like That's it. There's no like cool thing about it. It's just a big screen. And in fact, I think it's actually too big.
Oh.
So, I'm sure you could change it, but
Yeah,
I think it feels nicer being in like a cinema watching a thing, or being in an actual environment with a screen rather than just a screen in like an empty space.
I guess it depends what you want to do. Like, if you were to just lie down and watch YouTube on a big screen, I think it'd be pretty cool, because I quite enjoy watching some of my favorite YouTubers, like the Sidemen, like on a TV. Like, I really enjoy that. So, like, if you were to do it on VR, you could literally lie in bed and watch it on that TV,
Yeah. But the
which
thing
would be
is
kind of
that
cool.
there's a difference between a TV in a room and a screen in a void.
I guess it depends how good quality it is, too.
Because I will say I liked the experience of watching a movie in a theater.
I get what you're saying.
But if that movie was just like, randomly in a void, I'd be like, eh. Also, 3D movies work on it.
I don't know what they are.
3D movies. 3D.
No.
You never went to a cinema with 3D glasses.
Oh, like that. I don't know. For some reason, I didn't assume that's what you meant.
Yeah, so in the big screen, when you go into it, they give you like a tutorial, and he was like, here's a thing of popcorn. You can like throw popcorn around and stuff, and you can also like have a drink and tomatoes and markers and stuff. It's crazy. So he was like, movies are really good in 3D. Watch this like thing, and they had a couple of things from like Transformers and these other movies, and I was watching it, and I was like, whoa, that's actually sick. Like, it actually kind of feels like it is coming at you a bit more than normal 3D glasses do.
That's cool.
So I was like,
I mean, it would have to, because you're locked in, like.
Yeah. I know I'm going a lot here, but bear with me. Half-Life Alyx, I'm gonna make this one short. I like it. It's a good game. Looks beautiful, but it's just not for me. I don't know what else to say. It's just not. So I liked it, but I just don't think so. What else? I don't know. That's really it for like big games, I guess. No Man's Sky. I got that for the VR experience, but then I also kind of wanted to test it out, because I know when it first came out, there was this whole thing of it's actually called No Man's Lie, because all they did was, hype it up, and then it was a horrible game. But it's been winning a lot of like Steam awards for.
It's had one of the biggest comebacks I've seen in a game ever, because it was so hyped up and so ambitious, and it was like infinitely generating space, and everyone was like, "Wow, it's gonna be so sick!" And it was, at least, I don't know. Do you know the way Cyberpunk was hyped up? And I know that game released buggy, we all know that, but you know that people were going to be disappointed no matter what the outcome because of how hyped up it was?
Yeah.
Imagine that, but the game was actually half-baked anyway. Yeah, it was pretty bad.
It was a full game, and it was like, here you go, that's it. You couldn't make the argument that, well, it's a new game and they plan to add stuff. It was like, well,
no, they dipped.
Yeah. But
I mean, they got taken up, or they came back or something. I don't know.
Yeah, they keep getting like Steam awards for Labor of Love, because they've really revived it. I can't remember much from when I played it ages ago, like before all this. I can't remember what was happening, but I do know that it is a good game. You kind of lose yourself in it. It's one of those games where you just kind of continuously go. There's so many things you can do outside and inside of missions. Like, there's so many things. There's loads of side missions. There's obviously the main missions. Then there's like the whole, ship aspect and the upgrading aspect and the building aspect. And there's just so many things you can do. In VR, I don't know how I look to other players, but I teleport in VR. You don't walk, you teleport. I don't know how that looks to other people, because you know how I was explaining to you earlier that there's like this thing in space where when you go through it, you're then in like a multiplayer area.
Yeah.
And in there, I have never seen anybody teleport. So I don't know if nobody's in VR or if someone's in VR, but I just don't know that. No, like, I don't know how they would animate it differently for me than a VR person, or maybe I just don't show
well,
up.
yeah, like
I don't
no,
know.
you could definitely code something for like when you see another person, it does this kind of an animation. You don't have to
Yeah,
see that animation. That might actually cut down
yeah.
on client side rendering. I don't know. Maybe,
It
maybe
was
not.
it was cool anyway. I'll say that much. But as far as flying the ship, it's pretty sick. I didn't realize for a while that I could look up and see through the top as well of my ship, because like in the game you can only look straight forward unless you go like into the third person view. So
There's
I
a
was
third
like,
person view.
yeah,
Oh wow,
I
I
use
didn't know
third
that.
person for my person, but I like to fly the ship in first person.
I wouldn't. Yeah.
I don't know why, but I just prefer it that way. Um, so it's pretty cool, like, because you actually control the throttle with like its own lever, and then you have your joystick for the controls, and it's pretty sick, to be fair.
That's cool.
Um, uh, yeah, I mean it's a space thing in VR. It's got to be cool with spaceships and stuff. Yeah. Um, the fighting is a lot worse. I think that's basically just because you're actually flying it rather than just WASDing on a keyboard.
Right, right. You
And
mean
using a
harder or
mouse.
like all overall worse?
I would say harder because you could definitely
Yeah,
get good at it, but
that's what.
it's
Yeah.
just I found it much harder.
It's like credit where credit's due. Like if it's just harder, you can't really call it
Yeah,
bad.
I'd say you could do it. You
Was
just
it
need
like
to be a bit more precise.
flying an airplane in GTA 5 on the PC compared to a controller? On the PC, it's been like notoriously difficult for some reason, but you can get really good at it.
Well, on the PC now in GTA, I do think that is ridiculous. I don't think that's necessarily a skill based thing. I think that is actually kind of dumb the way they
It is
do
just
it.
bad, but like I think you can pick it
Yeah,
up. Like,
you can pick it up. Like I can half safely land
but it's
a
not
plane
designed for a
or
reason. Yeah, I get what you mean.
yeah. Whereas this is kind of like, well, you're flying an aircraft. You have to like actually fly it. So, I suppose there'd be a bit of a learning curve, but it's not terrible. Um,
Yeah.
and I also think I was like trying to fight like five guys at once, so it didn't really work out well for me.
Right.
Um,
Right.
because usually I'm only like fighting one or two or whatever.
Yeah.
It crashed the first time I opened it. The loading screen is where you like fly through loads of stairs and stuff. And in VR it was black. On my PC it was the actual loading screen. So I restarted it, and then it did it, and I was like, cool. And then I went to try to like complete a challenge or something, and it crashed. So I was like, oh well. It was like 1 a.m. anyway, so I'm happy it crashed. But yeah, it works. I'll give it that much. It definitely works, but it is really cool to fly a ship in space and like land, and like it's cool. I'll tell you this, it's cool. And to do like it's like fast thing where you go. I don't know. Like
Like warp speed.
Yeah,
kind of
warp
thing.
speed. There you go. Warp speed is cool. Because you just go super quick. Yeah, there's nothing else really about it because it's the same as the main game, except it's just a bit different. Obviously, controls are a bit different. It's kind of cool how you get out of the aircraft as well. You actually have to like lift
Yeah.
the
I think if you like that aspect of No Man's Sky, you'd probably really like this game in beta called Star Citizen.
I don't think I've heard of it. There is one called Elite Dangerous, and I thought it was sick because it's basically No Man's Sky, but like not. And I watched a video where someone said that it was like there's this guy who makes videos about VR games, and basically says that they're like, it's like is not a. What is it? Is not. I'm gonna use a different word here, but it's a synonym anyways. Is not a catastrophe or is a catastrophe is like his titles, and he put Elite Dangerous as it was a catastrophe because you need to have a joystick with like a lot of controls, like mappable controls on it, because there are like a lot of controls in that game.
All right,
You can
yeah.
barely fit it on a keyboard. You will not fit it on a controller or like a VR controller. So he was like, it's very hard, and there's a steep learning curve. But then he congratulated them, saying, "It should be. You're trying to fly a ship. I mean, it makes sense. But like, I'm happy I learned that before I got it, because otherwise I would have gotten in game and not like been able to do a thing. So it's not as simple as No Man's Sky when it comes to like flying. What's the other one? Yeah, no, yeah, that's it really. There's nothing really else. Although Lone Echo looks good as well. That's like you're like a robot in like space, trying to like help this human. You're like a companion robot for this captain on a ship orbiting some planet. So that one looks good. I'm probably gonna get that, especially with my Half-Life Alex refund money. Yeah, that's all the VR talk I have. I kind of just went on a ramble there.
A little bit.
Hey man, well, there's no point in stopping and then coming back to it.
Yeah. So I guess stemming on from what you got from Christmas, not really necessarily VR. Well, technically, I guess it can tie in, but I have gotten myself an Apple Watch, right? So
yeah,
with the Apple Watch is basically like, as far as I know, the best watch you can get for like fitness tracking. And you know, like obviously it's still a bougie option, like compared to like a Fitbit or something. But
bougie.
I'm like it's a very good watch, so I'm very gassed to have gotten that. And I've been getting my exercise up recently. So before Christmas and up until we did a lockdown, literally New Year's Eve, I had been going to the gym. I think it was like only like 3 days a week, so pretty regularly, and I did that for about 3 weeks, and I was keeping on top of it, and I was really liking it. So I've decided, or like, you know, I didn't decide, the government decided can't leave your house now until February. So I've been starting these home workouts. Started them yesterday. It's been going pretty well, and I'm able to track when I do weightlifting on the watch, and I burn like 300, 400 calories in a session. 200 to 400 calories in a session, like.
I mean, wait, was yesterday the day where I got all the notifications?
Yeah,
that was so funny, man.
Yeah,
there's just so notification after like notification.
Because obviously I remember talking about this. Remember we started talking about running, and we were actually doing running together like a couple of weeks ago.
Yep.
So that stopped basically, right? But I think it was, when was it now? Like in between Christmas and New Year's, I think. I started doing running, right? I started doing running because on my watch I got an app for free called the Nike Run Club app, and it has these guided runs on it with this guy that I've never done a guided run before, and it was actually amazing to do. For at least for me, like I did it on a treadmill for the first time, but I did it like outside every other time.
Yeah.
And it just felt pretty good. Like we only did, I think it was 22. I see I'm even saying we. I felt like he was there. He was in my ear the whole time. Like it was good. He made it so his sole kind of objective of that run was for me to like enjoy myself and to enjoy running, to like build the habit by enjoying it. And that's not a lot of like, and he made that so like, he's saying like a lot of people when they want to start, they start off too hard, too fast, and that can tire you out, and then you won't go as much, you won't do as much as you wanted to, and you'll hate the whole experience of it. But he started really slow and kind of kept that pace, and then I was running for like 20 minutes straight, something that I hadn't done before, like. So it was definitely really, really fun. And so I kept doing it. I did it then 2 days later, I think. Sorry, just drank of water. 2 days later again, and then I enjoyed that again. I think I did like just over 3 kilometers of a run, which is the farthest I had ran at the time.
Was this that day where I got the notifications?
No, that was 2 weeks ago. No, sorry. It was like I think I ran on New Year's Eve.
Oh yeah, never mind. Okay.
Yeah, and I ran just over 3 kilometers. And then about wasn't yesterday, but 2 days ago, I think I did what was called a fartlek run. I'd never heard of this before, so I decided to click it because it was
Sorry.
him doing it.
Fartlek.
Yeah, so FARTLEK, fartlek. Yeah.
Oh, fartlek. Okay.
Um, some like Swedish thing or something. Either way, right? So you like warm up, blah blah blah, and then you're running constantly for 10 minutes. But it's like he gave it as your hard running pace, your hardest, or your harder and your hardest. So like hard would be like a 6 out of 10, and then 8 out of 10 and 10 out of 10 respectively. And it'd be like, okay, so 30 seconds at your hard, and then like 30 seconds at your harder, and then 15 seconds at your hardest, a minute on your harder, minute on your hardest. So like it was like HIT, the high intensity interval training, like where you do a minute on, minute off kind of thing.
Yeah.
But you were never actually not running. You were just running faster or slower. And what that was like building was like he was showing how you can run and recover at the same time. So like while you're running, you can actually run at like a recovery pace for yourself. These are all relative speeds, by the way. When he says like a 6 out of 10, that's completely up to me what that is, which I really like. And so like if I'm running at my basically a minute, when I'm running at my slowest pace in the fartlek, I actually feel like I have a minute to walk. Like if I'm doing HIT, that's how it feels.
So does it calibrate what your difficulty is, or do you just decide?
I decide.
This would be a difficult speed for me. This would be okay, and this one is like easy.
Yeah. So basically, it's like you run your warm up run is like quite slow. Like he helps you find it, if you get what I mean. They don't tell you. They don't tell you this speed, this speed. The guy, he tells you, he teaches you how to find your pace. Like make sure it's always easy for you. You're always enjoying it. And then he's like very descriptive as to how to find your other paces and stuff. And that's what I really liked was it's completely relative, but he helped me get there correctly.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed that, and that was really tough, that run. But
wouldn't it be cool though if you could? Because I know the watch takes into account your pace. It'd be kind of cool if, like live, he was. When I say live, I don't mean the actual guy. I mean like the app was saying
a bunch of stuff programmed to
was
tell
saying
you
like,
faster
oh,
or slower.
you that might be a bit too fast for the warm up. Slow it down a little bit. That would be cool.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, for sure. But it is completely relative.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you have a code that like you have this warm up kind of pace that you think would be good, and if somebody goes under it, you should say if you're able to try to bring it up, and then if someone's over it, you say you can go down if you'd like, but there's no need to. Just be a cool thing to implement.
Yeah, I guess.
I think it would be pretty sick, but obviously, and because it's like so connected to the Apple Watch, because they have like a deal.
Yeah.
I think it would work really well.
Yeah, so obviously another feature that actually is in the watch is that when I stop running, it pauses my workout. So that ties me into yesterday. I remember a few weeks ago I said, eventually I'm doing this Couch to 5K app. I'm going to run a 5K by episode 22. I'm actually not sure what episode it is right now. I think we're on 24, 23, somewhere like that. Anyway, I've ran my 5K, guys. Okay. I did it yesterday. Out of nowhere. To my surprise. I just went, you know what? I want to run a 5K today. And I ran a 5K. And I ran it in 34 minutes. And I'm happy with myself for it.
What's an average time?
I actually have no idea. All I know is I want to get below 30 by the end of January.
Below
30 minutes. The probably average pace is below 30, I'd say.
Average 5K. Yeah. Okay, average 5K time, 45 to 60 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Average 5K?
Yeah.
Bang on, boy. I'm happy enough. That's good to hear.
Sub 20 is apparently pretty hard.
Sub 20, Jesus. We won't worry about that now. You went from
No, but
all the way to easy
I'm
to
just
all the way
saying.
extreme.
Someone says one of the questions is 5K in 20 minutes good, and they basically say if you're in good shape and you train hard, it's doable, but it's very hard.
Oh yeah, I'd say it's requires a verbose training scheme.
Yeah, so for a beginner, the average time would be, for like a beginner who's who's in good shape, would be 30 to 40. But the overall average, no matter the age, sex, or anything, or fitness level, is 30 to 45 to 60. Sorry.
Okay, I'll take what you said there in that demographic.
Yeah.
This all stemmed, by the way, from when I was in the gym last year. I was doing abs, right? And I was doing like leg raises on this machine, and I was training it with someone, so I rest while they do it. Goes on, and while I was resting, I found myself severely out of breath, like gasping for air. And it's not like because the room was warm. I mean, it was, but that's not the reason. Like, it was like a holy fuck, I am out of shape feeling.
Yeah.
But like, I was training like 5 days a week. It's just you don't see what effect, what shape your cardio in. You can't see that, but you can see every other muscle in your body. True. So, like, I can be like, oh yeah, no, I feel great. I look great. I feel great, kind of thing. But if I look great, doesn't mean I feel great.
That's why people always say that like bodybuilders aren't fit. They're just they just got
big
muscle.
Yeah.
They're not actually fit. Like if they tried to run a 5K, they wouldn't complete it. Like,
oh yeah, 100%.
So I mean, obviously, there's certain ones that might. Well, then no, because then they're burning off their muscle and they won't want to do that. So it's like a trade-off. You're not going to be fit, but you have muscles, or you're going to be fit and you don't have as many muscles.
It depends. Like, if you do really high intense cardio, you'll probably like burn into some of your muscle. But like, if you do low intense stuff, you'll retain most of your muscle and burn away your fat.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what I'm doing with the running anyway. Like, it's not really high intensity. It was when I did that fartlek thing. But for the 5K, like, I'm running at a 7-minute kilometer pace. So,
you know what you need to do? You need to just get, like, I don't know how many kgs, but just get a lot of rice and a lot of pasta and just eat that all day long.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how hard that is.
Oh, no, I know how hard it is. I tried to have... Yeah. I tried to get, like, make sure I had, like, 2,000 calories a day or something, or, like, when you try to healthily hit... What was it? I think it was like 1,800 calories or 1,600 calories. When you try to healthily hit that, it is incredibly hard. You are constantly eating.
Yeah, it just comes down to, like, at a certain point, you shouldn't try to hit your... Like, at a certain point, hitting calories... If you'd be better off hitting your macros over your calories. So, like, that's your carbs, your fat, and your whatever.
But a mixture of trying to hit the...
Yeah, I think a mixture would be best.
Hit the macros and keep it under the calorie count was so hard, because like I could go, oh, I'll just have a bowl of cereal. No, that's 1,000 calories. Oh, okay, fine. I'll have porridge in the morning. Okay, that's only 30 calories. I know that's a bit extreme, but it was like I felt like I ate so much, but like my calorie count barely went up, and then my macros could be all over the place too, or they would be if I didn't care.
Take this example, right? I'm sure a Snickers bar has a lot of calories in it. And I think somebody could easily eat 4 Snickers bars. Like, not easily, but they could eat them, right?
Yeah.
So, like, let's say I need to hit 3,000 calories a day, and I've had my 3 meals, 4 meals, whatever it be, and I just eat 4 Snickers bars at the end of the day. Like, what if I didn't eat those 4 Snickers bars? I'd be just as well off not eating them, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I don't think calories play the sole factor, which is why you said a mixture of two is way better, because if it's like, oh, I need to hit these macros, I'll have this much protein, this much carbs, this much fat, because realistically, as long as I have those many macros, it doesn't really matter about the calories, because it's like, oh, I should be hitting this to gain weight.
Yeah, but what I will say is, for skinnier guys, eating the Snickers actually would help, because it's largely fat.
Yeah,
And that
but
is very useful
it's not just
for
fat turns
chunking
muscle,
up, like.
you know? Yeah, it's not just fat turns muscle, if you get me, you know?
Yeah, but I think it's just so that your body gets chunkier, so then when you create the muscle, I don't know how it works
I
exactly,
also
but
just feel
I don't
awful
know.
eating that kind of stuff all the day, you know? I feel awful if I had to eat, like, okay, I know we're taking this literally here, but like the 4 Snickers bars.
I mean, it's only 4 Snickers bars.
But it goes through you and you feel it, like.
Yeah, I suppose, but like you could eat a
And
bag
if you
of
do that all
Doritos.
day and you're doing a lot of those kind of, if you're eating that kind of food all day, you eat shit food, you feel like shit, you know?
Well, all day, yeah, but if you ate like good, hearty meals to bring up your calories and your macros the correct way, and then you just threw in four Snicker
Realistically, yeah.
bars throughout the day, or even at the end. At the end, you might get out sick because you're eating them one after the other. But if you just threw in one at every meal,
Yeah.
then yeah, you'd be fine.
Yeah, but realistically, you're never going to get 4 healthy meals and then only need 4 Snickers bars to keep you up, like. Because you even
Yeah.
said it yourself, like when you're trying to eat healthy and you eat like wholesome,
Oh my god,
wholemeal
man!
foods,
Like chicken,
there's no calories in it.
chicken and wholemeal rice, or even normal rice, is like healthy enough. It's like, okay, we've got peppers, we've got chicken, we've got rice, we've got some seasoning. That's fine. Minimize the amount of butter or oil I use. Usually, it's like slim to none. Or I use that, that 1 calorie spray, that stuff.
Mm.
And like try to do all that, and then I look at the calorie count and it's like 300 calories. I'm like, that's my dinner. My dinner is 300 calories, and it's mostly protein and carbs. So it's healthy food, both in macros and in in calories.
It's filling too, you know? That's the problem. Like.
Yeah, it's super filling, and the calories are like nothing. Whereas like you could
Well,
have McDonald's and the
I'll tell you
calories
now.
would be 4,000, but you're like, I'm hungry again at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, see, I tell you now, like what I have been doing is I've been having these bulk shakes, and I'll actually describe to you what's in them, and I've been having them like once a day. So I have 1 cup of my like bulk. I actually am not sure of the brand. I have bulk powder basically, right? 1 cup of that.
Is it like
I have
whey?
half. It's something like that, but it's literally for mass gain. It's like a mass gainer shake, like.
Yeah, because there's like diet whey, and then there's like
Yeah, this one is
bulking
for
whey.
gaining weight, if you get me. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So I have a cup of that. I have half a cup of oats or granola. And then I have a big dollop of peanut butter, a big dollop of Nutella. And then I have like 2.5 cups of milk. But what I've started doing now, and I don't think will last for long because Terry's chocolate oranges aren't going to be on the shelves for long, is I take the Terry's chocolate orange, take about 3 bits of the orange, break it up, throw it in there. Oh, the flavor off that when I blend it all up then. And that's what I've been eating. I haven't actually added up the calories. I might do it on MyFitnessPal later just to see what I've been having.
Yeah.
But what I've been trying to do is like actually add stuff to my shake and spice it up so I actually enjoy having it, because before I used to really not. Before it used to be chocolate moju, the shake, drink that, and I wasn't having a good time.
See, the thing is that ours are very different, because mine's like, I'll throw in a cup of, I'll make a smoothie, banana, strawberry, milk, ice, what else? Right, a bit of yogurt. Probably not the best. Like, it's a lot of, fatty, proteiny stuff, but it's whatever. Like the milk and the yogurt. But then I throw in the diet whey, and I throw that in. It's vanilla, so it blends right in. And I have that. Sometimes I do like putting oats in like banana milkshake or banana smoothies. It's really good.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. It sounds amazing. Like
all of that, and that's it. So yours is like sweet overload. Probably tastes like absolute heaven, and mine's like,
I gave
it's a banana smoothie.
I gave it to Julia. I was like, "You want to know what I'm having?" Or just like have a sip of that, and she was like, "This should be illegal." And I'm like, "Okay, no, you can't drink any more of that, like, because it's not like for someone that doesn't like work out or do any verbose activity throughout the week, like you can't just drink that, or that you'll see it like."
Yeah, especially considering you're trying to put on the weight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
She's
you're
not
not just
trying to put on weight, like, so.
yeah, you're just drinking it because you need to.
Yeah.
Um,
But my
but
goal is to gain, what, 5
yeah,
kg by the end of the year. I'll be happy with that. I'll be happy sitting at 70 kilos.
because I think it's actually easier for someone to lose weight. Like when I'm talking about it now, I'm talking about it like physically,
Yeah.
not like the mental battle and the addiction to sugar and all that stuff. I'm talking about physically. It's actually easier to lose weight than it is to gain because, you know, I can lose a kg a week if I really tried, because that's what I was
Yeah,
doing
look,
for a
all
while.
I'm saying is Zoran, right, our friend that basically the gym lad that we know, very prominent, like very good in shape physique, has done a couple different bulks and cuts, and I asked him, I was like, so what do you prefer? Do you prefer bulking or cutting, right? And he naturally gains weight, so if he doesn't do anything, he'll just become fat, if you get me. So
Yeah,
um like he might think cutting would be harder than gaining weight because he gains weight easier. And he told me he prefers cutting because he likes the restrictions and regimens in place. Because
okay, no, he's just weird though.
no, but no, I like it though. I like that, like, as in he likes, um, he finds it better to like follow kind of a plan. Whereas bulking, especially dirty bulking, clean bulking, if you clean bulk, I want to know you, because holy fucking hell, I'd give the world to clean bulk. Like, because I wouldn't be able. I can't hack it, man. I have to admit it. I can't clean bulk
Yeah,
because
I
that's like
mean, but
chicken and
yeah,
rice,
see,
man. Imagine like 6 meals of that a day.
the thing is, you're saying I'd like to gain 5 kg by the end of the year, whereas I was losing like a kg or a kg and a half weekly for a while. Like when I think it was the most recent time I was like dead into the gym, or the time before that. Maybe it was one of those. Anyways,
Yeah,
I was losing. This was pre-made meals. This was, going to the gym 3, maybe even 4 days a week. This was like doing all the things I should be doing.
mm-hmm.
Trying not to eat snacks. Trying not to drink like fizzy drinks or anything like that. I was trying to do my best. And I was using a kg and a half every week. So it's like, it's the contrast. Like, as I said, it's so much easier to lose weight. I don't think of it as like I prefer it because, obviously I'm not a good physique the way Zoran is, so I'm not bulking and cutting. I either gain weight or I lose weight. I'm not purposely doing the gaining. It just happens. I'm trying to lose the weight. So but when it comes to losing weight, I don't necessarily prefer the regimens and the restrictions, but I do think it's definitely easier.
Yeah, I think that's what he was
Then
saying though. Is like it is easier to follow the restrictions than it is to just let yourself go.
well, no,
Because you can't. I can't consistently let myself go.
for
I don't
me,
know.
it's just that I find it easier to lose weight than it would be for you who has a high metabolism to gain it. I think
Yeah.
low metabolism people would find it easier to lose weight for sure than high metabolism people to gain weight. It's like I mean, it's pretty much in the name. Like it makes sense. But it is a lot easier for me to slip than it would be for me to lose. So I think it's easier, but I don't prefer it because obviously nobody prefers, well, except for weirdos like Zoran, to actively put in effort than to just like, eat the food you want to eat because it tastes nice, not because you have to lose weight.
Yeah.
But I mean, it does kind of come to a point though where like you're, I don't know if you've experienced this because, you're not trying to lose weight, but like you start making like healthy food for yourself, and it's stripped of all the bad
That's what I
things.
want. That's what I
And
want to do, but I can't. I'm not trying to make
but
the
then
excuse. I literally, I need to like, I need to put my head down and just eat the food and get it. You get it done.
the thing is, you could eat it and it
But
still wouldn't like get to where you need it to be. That's what sucks about food. But like by doing this, trying to like learn how to make healthy food and eating that every day, you learn how to make food very quickly. You learn how to cook. I mean, I already had general knowledge of how to cook, but like, you learn how to make nicer stuff that isn't just pizza, frozen pizza, chicken in a wrap. I know that's amazing, but it's not necessarily healthy depending on how you make it. But even then, it's still not as healthy as like having just nice seasoned chicken with no sauce and your rice or your pasta or whatever it may be. And then you have to figure out, especially if you don't like them, you have to figure out how to make vegetables good for you, like for you personally. Like I found for broccoli, I much prefer when I just fry it on the fry pan, just to char it a little bit, so it's not mushy. I and it's crunchy.
Like the crunch.
Yeah, it's crunchy and it's charred, so it's like cooked, but it's not like mushy.
Right.
I find I like the same for peppers, but I hate cooked peppers. I like raw peppers, so I try to only do that for a second to get the flavoring and the char on it, and then I take it back off.
Right.
And this was all like after the chicken on the same, with using no spray really. And you just put that in with some tagliatelle. Yum. Some chicken. I will say though, I do that, but it's amazing with mushroom sauce.
Yeah.
Which is
I tell you right now,
downfall.
I am going, like, once we finish this podcast, I'll tell you what I've eaten today, right? Which isn't a lot, but like that's kind of just been that kind of day. I don't know. I've usually eaten a lot more, but I've eaten a bowl of pasta, a pizza, and I think that's actually it. Mind you, I woke up at like 12, but and I want to eat right now, but we're recording. I would have probably ate a meal right now. Oh, I've ate 2 oranges. I mean, they don't really count, like, but yeah. And I want to track what calories I've eaten today on an off day of eating for me. Like, I felt like I could have ate more. I could have had one of those bulk shakes as well. And I want to see where I'm at. And I want to see how much I'm eating passively, and knowing how much I got to bump it up, I guess.
Yeah, I find I mean it's a bit of the healthier option, so probably doesn't help you, but I do find that overnight oats are really nice. And it's actually one of the breakfasts is that I'd actually eat in the morning, because I don't like eating breakfast like early. Like when I get up, I don't like eating breakfast for like another hour sometimes.
Yeah.
Maybe even 2. I mean, some days I just get up and I don't eat until like 3 o'clock, because it just doesn't hit me. I don't think about it. I'm not actually hungry. These are days now that when I don't care and I'm not like trying to track my eating habits and stuff. So overnight oats I liked eating in the morning, I'll tell you that much. But they are a bit of a healthier option, probably not great for bulking. You'd want like fully cooked porridge with like loads of honey and some chocolate bits in it. Like that's what you'd need.
Yeah, you see, yeah. I just need to get some like bulking recipes, I guess, and just go off them. Because like then again, like I don't have to eat shit. I could make something that's just really flavorful. Like my point I'm trying to get across is it's really hard, and I'm being a bit of a wimp about it, and I want to stop making excuses for myself and just get it done.
Yeah,
that's what I want to make this year. Of just shut up and do it kind of thing.
It is hard though to stuff your face when you're already hungry, or when you're not hungry.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
Like finishing, like I could finish a meal, and it would have so much rice left, and I'd be like, I'm so full, I cannot just eat this entire like rest of the rice. Especially like there's like no sauce, there's only seasoning in it, right? Because healthy and all that. You could have sauce, you'd be okay, but I wouldn't be.
That's the kind of thing, I can just load shit on it, I guess, and
yeah,
maybe we'll get there.
But like I just look at it, I'm like, oh my god. So I might eat like another half of the rest of the rice that's left. I'm like, okay, I can't. I try to eat as much as I can to like to balance out what I'm actually eating with what I've put in my fitness pal. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I usually, I guess that's a bad thing, is to record what you eat before you eat it. Makes you feel good though. Like before you eat, you're like, yeah, I'm having this many calories. I don't know. Feels kind of weird, but that's how it is.
Yeah, I mean, what I tried to do was like map out my day, in my fitness pal, and I have it there. And if I didn't eat something, or if I didn't want to eat something, I'd be like, well, it's already in the thing. So I either have to go through the process of deleting it and feeling bad about myself, or I just stuff it in my face.
See, now that college is starting next week, and I know this is this could be empty promises, but hey, it's a weekly podcast. You'll get the update next Thursday on how I'm going, all right? With college starting next week, I'm actually going to have a regimen in place. With a regimen, I can have constant eating, if you get me. Especially now that I'm at home. Like, being at college, man, it was so hard to get my calories in.
Well, what you could do is you could just be like, after every class, eat something.
But what do you bring with yourself? No, what do you eat?
I mean, at home.
Oh yeah, no, for sure, no. But what I'm saying is, in college, it was so hard to eat a lot. Like,
you need to bring like 4 Tupperware containers.
I literally need to bring a suitcase of food, like. But now when I'm at home, yeah, I totally could, and I have my timetable in front of me. I just printed it off. Like I'm gonna plan it out. I have some planning to do this week, and I'm gonna see if I can plan it out. Get some recipes ready. Yeah, see what I can make.
Like, you could, if you were even healthy or not. Like, when I say healthy or not, I mean like super healthy, or like, okay, I'll have this healthy food, but I'll dump sauce on it to get my calories up, or my fat up, or whatever it may be. You could have breakfast. So you usually get up really early, don't you? You're up at like 7 or 8.
Oh, I used to, man. I can't. Oh, I don't want to do it anymore, but like I know I have to,
So if you're up at like 8, have your breakfast, and then I don't know. We'll see. You have a class, and then I don't know your timetable. This is just.
Let's go off the.
I'll just say it as is, right? So you get up at 8. You just pick the closest time to what I'm saying. You get up at 8. You have your breakfast. You go to class. You have more food at 11. Let's say you go to class. You have more food at 2. You go to class. You have more food at 4. You wait until dinner, which is like 6, half 6, and then you eat that, and then you have a snack later on at the night.
What's funny is that kind of ties into my Monday timetable, because I have a break at 11 to 12, and I'm finished from 2.
There you go.
That was weird.
I hit it nail on the head.
Yeah, see, now the bigger problem of that is I need to make meal plans, and what am I going to eat? Because I need to have the recipe there for me to actually do it, or else I just go, yeah.
Well, you could plan it weekly and just go, okay.
That's what I'm thinking.
So,
or like at least a couple of days in advance.
So you could be like, every Monday for the breakfast, I'm gonna have this. You could also do every single day for breakfast, I'm gonna have this. Or
that is not a sustainable plan, but I might have to do it. Yeah.
Do like a 3-2 or a 2-3 thing, because that's what I did for my pre-made meals for school and stuff. I'd have 2 different meals that I could pick from. So if I was like, I'm not feeling chicken today, I'll go for whatever, this steak or whatever it was.
Right,
beef. Right. So it's like, if you're not feeling one, go for the other. I'm not feeling couscous today, I'll take the rice dish instead. So it was like that kind of thing. So you could do like a 3-2. Or you could be like, Monday you have one of the 3, and then Tuesday you're like, I don't want that again. So you just have that again. You just have one of the 2. And then Wednesday you have the 3, and then Thursday you have one of the 2, and then Friday you have the last thing. So you could mix and match is the thing. Then you just do that for every meal. Have a meal for at least every day. I'd say breakfast you could keep to 2 different options. But like dinner, try to have one each day, and then just swap them if you're not really like in the mood for that one that day. And then so instead of eating chicken and rice on Wednesday, I'll eat it on Friday, and I'll have, steak tacos tonight.
Yeah.
Right? So it's that kind of like,
I'm just gonna probably do a bit of research, because this week I'm really putting my effort into organizing my college stuff. I'm gonna get all that sorted, get myself ready for next week. Giving myself as little excuse possible to be complaining at all, really. So I might look up some recipes. Maybe there's like some secrets to bulking that I have yet to figure out. I don't know. Cause like I can't look you in the eye and tell you I have researched bulk recipes and tried to make a meal plan. I have never tried to make a meal plan in my life. I've tried to track my calories. That's all.
I've never made a full meal plan, but I have done the pre-made meals and then chose
that's
between
more
them.
than I can say. So
But
what does that put me? It puts me as like someone that needs to try. Like
yeah, but I'd say I don't know if it would be harder or easier for you to do that. It'd probably be harder for you to eat that much in a day, but I think it'll actually be easier for you to come up with meals because you're not trying to take out all the sauces and you're not trying to take out all the carbs.
Yeah, I think there'll be way more variety for me. And even if it, the way like you kind of have to go shopping for your meals, right?
Yeah.
I can kind of almost just eat what's in my house. I can eat anything as long as it has a lot of calories. And if it doesn't have a lot of calories, I can try and make it work. So like that's what I mean is like even if it's not healthy, I can eat like frozen foods and shit, and still have it work for me.
Yeah.
So I at least have that, and I think that's kind of making me excited. Is that like I don't need to go out and buy a load of food. Well, I need to eat a load of food, but I meant like a load of like food different from my family's regime already. Like,
whoa, my voice is.
My voice is going too. Are we getting coronavirus?
No, I started choking on something. I don't know why. Yeah, because what you could do is, if the chicken doesn't have frozen chicken doesn't have enough calories or enough carbs or calories or
just
whatever.
Deep fry it, yeah.
You could either deep fry it. You could just literally get 2 slices of bread.
See, that's the problem. Is recently, right?
Yeah.
We bought an air fryer, and apparently they're supposed to be healthy.
They're healthier, yeah.
But they make banging food. I put everything in that thing. Do you know why? Because it's literally a mini oven. So it's like, I'm going to go downstairs after this podcast and I have this 45-piece oriental platter. I'm not going to eat all of it. I'm going to eat half of it, I'd say. Put it into the air fryer. It's frozen.
What's
put
in
it in for... I actually don't know, but I know I'm going to eat it. It looks good.
Okay.
I put it into the air fryer at 20 minutes, 200 degrees. Bang out. It's crispy. Nice. It's actually faster than the oven. And it comes out crispier than in the oven, I'd say. The only thing I need to do is like in those 20 minutes, like in like every 5 to 10 minutes, I have to go in and like shake it around. I don't know why I actually have to do that. I just know I have to.
Because it's air and it's not like hitting it all at the same
Yeah,
time.
I have to like mix it around. Okay.
Because you might get a piece that's not as cooked as the another type thing.
Yeah. So and it makes banging chips and everything. So that's kind of healthy, which sucks, but like it's fine.
Yeah, but like what I'm saying is if you have something that's not enough calories, literally get some bread and like white bread, get it, butter it, and throw a bit of ham in there, throw some crisps in it, and just have that as like a part of your dinner. I can really
cheat my way through it, can I?
Like you don't need to have like a full meal.
Lot. Yeah, I could just eat 2 slices of white bread, like.
Yeah.
Put some buttered white bread. Boom. There you go.
Yeah, because you could literally have
top off.
Okay, here's a bowl of wings, and here's my crisp sandwich, and that could be a lunch. Whereas I'm there like, okay, what can I have for lunch? Okay, I could have I don't know. I could have
chicken and rice. Fuck, I had that yesterday.
A bowl, literally a bowl of rice with some, I don't know, something in it. Or no, I could have granola is still bad. I could have something and a smoothie, and that's it. That's all I could have. Whereas you're like,
it's very boring.
Crisp sandwich, wings. I can throw in some chips. Like you could literally do all you wanted.
Yeah, I've seen like some TikToks where it's like, trust me, you're just not eating enough. You got to keep doing it, and then one day you'll realize why people get obese. That's what they said, and I was like, oh, maybe I just do need to try it.
Yeah,
because like I've seen some people that like would have my metabolism be huge. That's because they live in America though as well. Which like not to say that it's any harder here, but it's definitely a lot easier to get fat in America than here.
Yeah, and
it's only on 2 different things, right? One, they have a variety of different high calorie foods to me, that's like the lesser one. The latter is the portions are huge over there.
Yeah. They're like born eating big portions.
Yeah. Like, it is weird of you to go to a restaurant and not take leftovers home. So,
yeah,
it's pretty strange, like.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I would say they have a greater variety of things that are just sweet, fattening, all that stuff. Because like, you could eat a donut, right? There's so many more donut like places that like there than there would be here. The only places you can really get donuts here are like those donut shops, the ones that like do some nice things, but you can only eat like half of one and then you're stuffed, or like center or ring donuts, right? Whereas in America, you could get a glazed or ring donut, and because ring donuts are so like empty that like you won't get full that quickly, and you could eat like 10 of them and be fine, not be full. Whereas like here, you don't really get that, you know. It's not a treat that's commonly digested by the Irish public, so it's like they have a higher, I guess, calorie count in all of their food, and even if they're like filling or not. So yeah, I can see how America's a bit worse for it. But I mean, you don't like eating.
I don't need it. Like, 24/7. It's fine.
Yeah, but like you don't eat sweets 24/7. Like you're not sitting down going, you know what, I'd love a bag of Tang Fastics or a bag of, you know, whatever.
I actually do though.
Yeah, but you do, but you don't do it though. That often.
Because I don't have it.
Yeah, so
if I had those in front of me all the time, dude, like if I had a bag of Sour Patch Kids in front of me, that's an American thing, you know what I mean? I haven't had Sour Patch Kids in like a year now.
Yonks.
Yeah.
I got a what you call it, an American sweets like package thing for Christmas as well. So I had Tootsie Rolls Tootsie Rolls. I had like Jolly Ranchers, and there's like Nerds, and there's all these different things.
I love. What are they? Are they Butterfingers? I don't know if that's what they call them.
Butterfinger is an American sweet.
No. It's not that. It's a Twinkie. I love Twinkies.
You like a Twinkie?
So much, man. Oh, I devour packets of Twinkies.
It just tastes like fake.
Yeah, and I love it.
I remember we got a packet in Deals once, and it was like, bleh.
Yeah, like you can feel the grease.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
I just love it. Like, I don't know, it's just so tasty. Like,
it's not because it's not even tasty. It's just greasy, and it's not even tasty.
But it's like, I don't know. It feels savage to eat.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't hit the spot for me. Not at all.
Oh, absolutely hits all my spots. Like,
no, it's Jolly Ranchers are for me. That's the one.
Yeah, they hurt your teeth after a while.
They do?
Yeah, yeah, you haven't had enough. Like, that's what I mean. I'm a snack lord.
I don't bite on them.
See, the thing is, I'm a snack lord, but I don't eat my meals. Do you get me? So I eat a lot of snacks, but that's because I'm not eating a lot of meals. I need to eat a lot more meals.
Yeah. You just like fill yourself up rather than
especially if I broke it up into the 4 meals in a day or whatever, like you were saying.
Yeah. One after every class.
Yeah.
I know. You'll get there in no time. I just realized I don't have a daily dose of life advice or a weekly dose of life advice. We failed.
Yeah, no, that's no, new year, new podcast. We're scrapping that. No, okay. I'm kidding, but
what are you laughing at? We failed you. We failed you all. And
I have life advice.
Go on. What's your life
I've
advice?
checked. This is on the Google Play Store and it's on the App Store. Download Nike Run Club and go for one guided run.
Oh my God, shut up, man.
Do you know what? That's not life advice. That's your homework. Listeners, that's your homework. Do it. Evan has to do it as well. He's pussy now, pussy old and that, but that's fine. You gotta do it, okay?
If you want to remember to take something before you leave the house, put it in your shoe so you can't leave without it.
That feeling when you wear different shoes that day.
No, I think you'd remember something as crazy as putting it in your shoe, though.
For the first time, but if that became your habit, no. Probably not.
I guess.
Like, if the first time you do it, you'd be like, in the middle of the night, like, hey, I remember where I put my keys, and then, like, fucking 3 months into it, you're like, where are my keys? Oh, let me check the shoe. They're not in the shoe. Like, that's your go-to check spot now.
Let me check the shoe. I suppose it just adds to the checklist of places you need to check, because you'd never go,
yeah, right.
There are my shoes, aren't they?
Yeah. That's where they were. The shoes I should have known. Like, no one has ever said that.
Watch out now, I'll be stealing your shoes. Yeah, someone steals your shoes, you're like, man, my keys were in there.
Yeah, right. And they'd be like, what? What? I'm sorry?
It's like, hey, before you steal my shoes, can I have my keys back? Yeah, that would work. I mean, it's a good tip though. Because you'd stand. Yeah, no,
it is. It's definitely good. It's
not as simple as like putting them on your desk and then just like.
Especially if you only own one and wear one pair of shoes, like myself.
Yeah, like I own multiple, but there's one that's like my daily driver.
You know? Yeah. Put them in your daily driver shoes. They should have said that.
Yeah, for those, what are they called? Sneakerheads. There you go. I couldn't get the word geekhead out of my brain. I don't know why. Anyway, that is it. I think we're finished. We found advice to give because your thing wasn't worth anything. Download an app.
Do your runs.
No, the advice is download an app
to do your run.
Did you imply it?
I said it actually.
Oh, I wasn't listening.
Yeah, I know you weren't.
I
said download Nike Run Club and do the first guided run. That's what I said, and you were like, no, not bad, no. So yeah, first episode of 2021. Let's hope 2021 is better than 2020. And without further ado, we will see you guys next week because we're weekly from every week from now on. So bye.
Yeah, peace.